Ember is generally good. I have little to no complaints about her. She's just really good. She has basically everything that you want for her frame. Damage reduction, armor stripping, and generally AoE damage. She's really good. Mine's is not like my current Ember right here isn't really built for a lot of not. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you. Try to explain this shit by words. It's standard as it gets because generally when you're building for Ember, you put on like Archon Vitality just for more fire procs. I don't got that right now. I'm working on it. But Ember's is generally good because she just generally provides you everything that you possibly need for Warframe. She's also pretty fun to play. Very energy hungry if you're trying to build for high strength. As you can see, efficiency is just 90. Um, where's it at? So 80, 55. It's fine as long as you have flow on here, which, as you can see, this is pretty old. I just got myself a prime flow, so I'm gonna just yoink. Um, but you could definitely just build her just standard, just with at least a decent amount of power strength, so you could do way more damage. I have more efficiency and no, my bad, more range and duration than strength. But she's really good. Her abilities are generally really good. Her first ability is pretty good as well because it has a augment. I don't know what the augment does, but I know there are certain builds that specifically build for Fireball, which is weird to think about. But yeah, it's pretty good. You can make Fireball really good. It does a lot of fire damage. Immolation is like her bread and butter. Basically, it just gives you a meter that you charge up, and it just gives you pure damage reduction. It is really good. It's really good. Fire Blast, really decent, really good armor stripping. It's freaking awesome. You might have to double cast it, depending on how high your immolation is. The higher your immolation, the stronger Fire Blast is. And then Inferno is just her AoE ability that does nukes. You drop fucking meteors. It can be a little wonky sometimes because you're dropping projectiles and not it's like it's landing near enemies, not on top of enemies. So like normally most of the time you'll get kills from the blast that it does. Like so that's why you want to have a decent amount of range on her. So your explosion radius is like look 55 meters, which is really good. Anything near that explosion radius is fucking dead. It's really good, really good. Now I'm gonna go for the damage check. Um, Mines might not be up to par with damage, but you could just armor strip, double cast, and then you just spread fire proc, and then while you're also doing damage, throw in a fireball too. Just might as well. But you could just spam her first ability over and over, not her first, her fourth ability over and over again, because it doesn't really have a energy drain. Because it just raises your immolation high, and so you have to trade off if you want to reduce your overall damage you're taking or overall nuking capabilities, because it just fucking makes your immolation fucking skyrocket high. It does drain energy. Okay, maybe I was just stripping. But you could just spread a shit ton of fire procs this way. This is why you use the Archon Vitality mod. That just basically is just the same as regular Vitality, but it just increases your overall fire procs that you do. I think it says that fire, anything that procs fire, it gets procs like twice. So it's really, really good. But normally you just armor strip these enemies, and then you spam your 4. Really good, really good. Armor strip the entire map because the range on your, like literally straight up range on Fire Blast could be, yeah, 55 meters. Really good, and it goes through walls too. This is line of sight. I'm gonna clarify now. This is a line of sight ability. It does not go through walls. It is basically anything that is in front of you, nothing behind of you. It's pretty good. It used to be where it does nuke the entire map, but she got reworked into her new self. Her passive is just straight up uh, nothing. Yeah, that's really good. So you get more power strength the more enemies affected by fire. That is really good. But normally people just build her for her 4 because honestly, her 4 just does a shit ton of damage. I need to proc it that many times. It is power hungry, like I said, but you can always put on Nourish on here, replacing her first ability with Nourish, and then have a max Arcane Energize for more energy like economy, so you're not just burning through all your energy so fast. As you can see, it really doesn't land on top of enemy like it tries to, but sometimes it just doesn't. She's just generally good. No complaints really. She's just generally as like as they come. No complaints. She doesn't need a buff or a rework. A lot of people really don't use her because honestly, spamming her forward does get tiring a bit. Plus, it's very energy hungry. I mean, you can build for max efficiency and max strength and little duration, just so you could build for her 4, because her 4 is like the most damage you'll do in her kit. It's really good, especially against any enemies weak against fire. So infested are just dead because they're very weak to fire. So it's really good. Generally, no complaints, like zero. I can't think of really much. She's generally good. Like a solid S tier. In my opinion, she's a solid S tier because she has no problems besides maybe just her being energy hungry. But she basically has everything that you need, and if you're a new player, definitely grab her because she's really good at the beginning and can really carry you out throughout the star chart. Plus, you know, she has really cool skins too, so you could definitely faster frame better than what I currently have. Mine's is as basic as it gets. But as for channel news, best part of the videos, channel news. I'm gonna try to do like get a steady supply of content coming out like way more frequently because right now my upload schedule is just 1 episode a day, but I could probably do way more than that. I could do probably 2 videos a day. Just make sure that they're spaced out like 6 hours, 8 hours apart from each other. But I do want to do that so I could just pump out more content and just get the frames I want to review. Because once I'm technically done reviewing frames, I have to switch my content into something else, which I don't know what. I'm still trying to figure out what I'm trying to do for this channel. It is a Warframe channel. I don't want to become a Warframe builds channel. I am not that experienced with builds to be telling other people what the best builds are. There are other Warframe YouTubers for that, so I might just be a general dude who just records shit and just posts it on YouTube. Streaming, gonna be picking it up, just making sure I have everything set up in cooking and making sure I have enough content to do for streaming. Um, Other Warframes, there's like a shit ton of Warframes I could review. I'm gonna stop eventually at something. I am gonna do Saren because Saren is also pretty good, and I want to be using Saren more. Um, and Hydroid. I did say in one of my earlier videos I wanted to do Hydroid because that just gives me a lot of shit to talk about since I could talk about his old version and then his new version, which is really good. And Naros is about to come out, like his rework is about to come out in March, and then Dante's also coming out. So I definitely have like 2 more Warframes I want to review. Definitely in Naros. Might make a video about Inaros. I gotta get Inaros because I don't have his normal variant or his prime. I tried to buy his prime because he used to be hella cheap, but after that goddamn dev stream, the prices kind of skyrocketed. It went from like 40 platinum all the way to 100, 110 platinum. It is crazy. Um, and definitely Dante went off like definitely, dude, wizard. I need him. Colorvo, like I said in the Chroma video, still working on it. Kovalich's a bitch. Other than that, I might stream an endurance run because I haven't really done an endurance run. The highest I've ever gone in Steel Path survival is like an hour, about almost 2 hours. About almost 2 hours. But that's not really an endurance run. I mean, considering, yeah, it is considered an endurance run, but I want to make like an 8 hour like run on survival. Definitely. I just don't have any squad mates for that. And my homie that's currently playing is not really far enough to do that. But other than that, you guys have a good one. I see you on the next video.